So, Page of Cups energy. For those who picked pile number one or card number one for the next 24 hours, you receive the Page of Cups. So, this could be you, a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces, or this could be anything to do with an audition. Some of you are very creative and you're putting your portfolio out there, or you have sung in front of a judge, or you have put yourself out there in some way for a creative endeavor to be judged, to see if you can make it past that interview. Some of you are receiving a sweet message, or a message that can advance you to the next step in an interview as well. But either way, you might be receiving a nice inspirational message from someone, maybe paying you a compliment, maybe you're expecting a message. And then you also might be feeling a little bit sensitive today. And it doesn't mean anything bad, it just means that you want to make sure you have your proper grounding or your boundaries and anything that benefits you or helps you out to really have that barrier, or I shouldn't say barrier, but really protect yourself from any negative energies that are around today. Others of you might be going out to karaoke tonight. You might have a spiritual activity to do today, or you might be taking that time out to meditate or to do whatever you need to do to build your spirit person today. Some of you are coming out of a spiritual awakening, and you're basically taking the first steps, the next steps to be able to grow in your spirituality. Others of you also might be practicing some type of music as well, so or learning some type of music. Maybe you're going to a music class or something like that. There's so many possibilities, and they're pretty infinite. But this is a great card to receive for the next 24 hours. So, Two of Pentacles for the next 24 hours. For those who picked card number two, Two of Pentacles describes someone who is juggling two things, two concepts, two values, two maybe balancing a budget. This is most popular when talking about balancing a budget or balancing your finances. Please excuse my cards, guys. This is actually my first deck I've ever owned, so it's special to me. Just to get that out the way, I know that they're a little bit loved, but they work just the same, and the energy is there in the cards. So back to Two of Pentacles. I know this is not a sword card, but I'm compelled to talk about having cognitive dissonance. For some of you, you have this never-ending loop in your head where you're trying to juggle two things, like two value sets that are opposing each other. This could be a spiritual problem, or just two opposing ideas that you're having trouble reconciling. And it goes on an infinity loop over and over and over again. And it's like having this one song on play like for forever. And it's very annoying. I suggest having some relief by getting a tarot card reading, seeking a spiritual advisor, or talking to someone as a sounding board to try and get that energy to fit or reconcile with each other. For most of you, this is going to be about balancing a budget. I picked number two, and for sure finances are a big thing for me right now. I don't want to drop those two discs that I have. I definitely want to mind my pennies here. So that's pretty much the energy that I get here. For most of you, it's going to be balancing a budget. For others, it's going to be trying to reconcile two philosophical concepts or spiritual concepts. And for others, it might be actually juggling a hobby, or maybe some of you are bartenders, so you're trying to juggle or learn, or some of you are new bartenders and are trying to learn how to juggle orders and juggle all the ingredients. I'm feeling compelled to say that, even though I don't see any cups cards either, but this might be for some of you. All right, that's next 24 hours for those who picked card number two. So for those who picked pile number three, or card number three, it's a star. The star card, basically it's Friday. It's going to about to be Friday tomorrow, and you've reached the end of the week for some of you who have a regular 9 to 5 schedule Monday through Friday. And it's been a tough week for you. The star comes after a very tough period, and you've made it. Your hope is there. There's hope in the fact that it's over now. Friday, you get to relax and calm yourself. For some of you, it's the literal star here. This woman here is naked. You might go home after Friday, after work, and actually pull all your clothes off and just lounge around naked. There's so many infinite possibilities when we're talking about tarot here. For others of you, you might engage in actually stargazing. And for others of you, you might be doing a humanitarian thing. You might be volunteering, because the star card is about humanitarian things. And you just might be enjoying yourself. Again, you coming out of a very dark period. For some of you, it's actually illness. You've had the flu that's going around, or the bug that's going around at work, or what have you. Maybe your kid brought home a bug from daycare this week, and you're coming through and on top, and you're becoming well again. So I encourage you to go ahead and engage in that self-care today for the next 24 hours, and just really, if you're still in the midst of it all, just focus on the star card, focus on 5 o'clock, and it's going to be over by the time the day is done. So have a great weekend, guys, and that's it for those who picked card number 3.